Hi, my name is Evie, founder of Smart with Money Planning. Today we're going to talk about, can your financial advisor and your CPA or tax person be the same individual? What should you think about, right? Now, I know a lot of people might not have a financial advisor or a CPA. If you don't, then you especially have to listen to this video. If you do, and you're like, well, okay, I have my tax person, and they prepare my taxes, and that's their specialty. Then I have my financial advisor, and that person can really help me with all my financial planning and knows more about investments and such. So they should probably be different people, right? Well, that's not necessarily true. And this is because of the relationships between financial advising and taxes. Um, so, for example, your biggest expense, right? Expense is something that you use, for financial planning. What are your expenses? How much is left over? What do you do with that money that's left over to help you reach your financial goals that you have to reach? And when will you reach them based on your financial situation, right? Well, your biggest expense is your tax. Taxes are your biggest expense, and they will be your biggest expense. Well, it takes the biggest bite out of your paycheck. Off top, it's probably, that 25-30% going to Uncle Sam. Now, your housing might be close or more, but the thing is, you need your house regardless, and that's usually not negotiable. That number can't change. But can the percentage of your income that gets beaten out, eaten up by taxes change? Can that be reduced? Absolutely. And guess who knows the most about how to reduce that number? That would be your CPA or a CPA, tax preparer. Now, everyday tax preparer probably has limited knowledge about how to reduce how much taxes you'll have to pay legally. A CPA knows a lot more. It's harder scrutinized to get that credential and just test it to know a lot more and prove it. So that's who you would want to go to say, hey, if you reduce a lot of money in your taxes that you have to pay in tax, now, real quick, side business, real estate, maxing out your retirement accounts, different things such as that. There's other ways to structure different income if you have different income, but who can help you build toward what you need to build toward, excuse me, to reduce your taxable income? That's your CPA. Now, how does that tie into your financial planning? Your financial planning will incorporate all your income streams. And guess who has to know all your income streams? Your tax person, your CPA. And your financial planning also incorporates your investments. Now, that is one area where a dedicated financial advisor probably specializes and knows more than the average CPA about investments. But I'm sure you've seen those headlines. I'm sure that you know by now. If you don't, investing can be very, very simple. Invest in the S&P 500, majority of your money, and then have, about 20-25% for some people, maybe a little less for some others, maybe a little more for others. It depends on how much risk you want to take. That sits in more conservative bond funds or short-term money market funds and all that. So though that's something that is very easy to set up, and there's some CPAs that know about that and some that don't. You understand? I'm a CPA that has first got a finance degree, then I got an accounting degree. Then I worked as a financial advisor, then I worked as a CPA. Now I work as a CPA. I got my CPA. So that how can I keep all of that knowledge and still know what I'm doing? One of my favorite phrases to clients is, what, this is a general way to look at this, how to plan for college spending or saving and paying for college. But here, let me look up the specific new law so I can confirm the information's accurate. So what does that really mean? That means that laws change all the time, and no one person has the whole tax code or every kind of investment strategy in their head. But the person that diligently researches and looks up the latest advantage, the latest news, the latest development for taxes or financial planning, that's the person who will always have the advantage. So there's some people who have too much confidence in their existing knowledge, and they don't do the work to keep up with all the tax law changes and the investment strategy changes. Not a lot of financial advisors may know that Warren Buffett recently said it's extremely hard to beat S&P 500. So if there are S&P 500 index funds, which are just basically like an investment that you can put your money in and be invested in, like 500 of the biggest, most successful companies in America, then why do you really need someone who's going to try to go into a bunch of detail about other investments that you don't really need to know all that, and there's a risk for someone who is looking at too many different options. A financial advisor, some of them get paid to push certain investments and put their clients in certain investments. When it can just be simple. At the end of the day, you just want the best return. We're in a capitalist society. We're in America. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the strong get stronger. Hey, you know what? It just is what it is. So you find the biggest companies and you invest in them. Majority of your money is going in that. That's called S&P 500. And then now most of your investment stuff is done. And then you decide what you want to do with your more safer portion in case the economy really turns down, like in 2008, has a downturn. Then you decide how much you want to kind of put in that buffer of safer bonds and such. And then most of the money you can actually make, most of the money that can end up in your pocket, whether it's a return or whether it's saving money, is making sure that you don't pay too much in taxes and you don't pay more than you have to. So I'm a financial coach with a CPA, and I have multiple clients that I help them have close, sharp clarity on what they have to do so that they can feel confident that their financial situation is improving. They're going to have more options in life. They're going to be financially free. They're going to be able to pay off their debt. They're going to be able to save up for their home, pay for their college, their children's education. They're going to be able to save up for a vacation. They're going to become stronger and stronger in their financial situation. That's what I help people do. And let me know. My information will be at the end of this video. My name is Eb, founder of Smart with Money Planning. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye. So like, subscribe, share. Thank you.